Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm making a video about how to do a wig from scratch. It's for beginners, and the first part is about bleaching the knots and bleaching the hair. So let's go guys. So first you want to make sure you set everything up. So today we'll use some foil, scissors, glove, and of course the hair. So I have 3 bundles from Ali Pearls and Frontal in size 20, 22, 24. I still kind of have mixed feelings about the hair. It's okay hair, I would say. Then a bucket, some water, shampoo, so the Shimmer Light shampoo or conditioner, doesn't matter. Then some developer, I use the 20%, and of course the bleach powder. As I said, this tutorial is for beginners, so please bear with me as I include all the steps and the details. So first, you want to make sure you prepare your bleach solution, and then you're going to put a little bit of developer and a little bit of powder, trying to go like step by step, so then you can create like a smooth solution. And since we are bleaching first the frontal, we want to make sure we get something creamy, not too liquid, because we want to make sure that the solution doesn't get doesn't go through the knots and bleach also the hair, because we want to make sure that our edges stay dark. I use the knife to spread the product all over the frontal. Make sure you take your time and you include also like the baby hair part, at the top of the frontal. After that, you want to let it sit for 35 to 40 minutes before you rinse it. Make sure you rinse it with like cold water. And then once it's all, clean and everything, that's where you want to use the Shimmer Light shampoo. So this shampoo, the only goal is like to kind of like remove some of like the orangey color that we have from the bleach and make it more natural. Then you want to let your frontal sit for another 10 to 15 minutes with the shampoo before you rinse off the whole frontal again. For the bundles, I've made more bleach solution. This time, as you can tell, it's a little bit more liquid. And I just painted like the whole hair. So the way I put the hair, so I did 2 tracks at the time just to go, a little faster, and then I made sure that I would go once, make sure that like the product gets in the hair, and then I would go a second time or a third time just to make sure that the bleach really like gets through the hair, and then trying to like change like the pattern in the way I was like painting the hair, if I can say. And then between like like the different layers, I just put some foil, so then it would be easier to move at the end, when you want to let it sit. So once you're done with the bundle, you want to wait like about 40 to 45 minutes before you rinse it. So I've made sure to do that for my 3 bundles before I could start working on my frontal again when it was finally dry. So before like you start bleaching the hair and everything, I forgot to mention, but then just to make it easier, you can always like spray water on it and then brush it, so it's like a little easier to like manipulate the hair with the bleach. But anyway, so for the frontal, I made sure like I get the baby hair out of the way, like you can see, and then after that I'll separate my hair in different sections. And then I always made sure that I was covering like the edges, because as I said, we really want to protect the edges and make sure it stays like dark. So I would put a little piece of like foil right at the edge, like you can see on the video, and then make sure that I put like some product on all the hair. When you section the hair and everything, just make sure you don't take too much hair, because you want to make sure that the bleach really gets into the frontal. And especially for the frontal, I would be a little bit more careful, because that's the most important part, like it's the first part you can see on the wig. So yep. So as you see, I was putting product on all the hair, but made sure to avoid like the edges. And then after each section, I was always making sure to put like the little like square of like foil before I go on to the next section. And then once I was done with both sides of the frontal, then I just did the same thing with the baby hair and made sure I was not putting product at the very top, so on the edges. Same thing here, I would let it sit for 40 to 45 minutes before I rinse it with cold water again. I would definitely like just hair dry it. Don't try to blow dry it and put additional heat, you know, after we use all this chemical on the hair just to protect the hair. And voila! So here's the result, guys. So we have our 3 bundles with our frontal. So now we can get ready to construct our wig. So make sure you watch the part 2 of the tutorial for the construction of the wig. See you guys. Bye bye.